Hey there, good looking. Join me for this total body metabolic conditioning workout. Listen, this is the bomb. We're going to hit every muscle in your body. You're going to get your sweat on. You're going to strengthen those muscles of yours. You're going to train your core, and then we'll finish off and do a little hip strengthening so that we can bulletproof your hips. Yeah, that's right. We got it all going today. If you're doing this in real time, this is also day 1 of the 12 days of Christmas. Now, for equipment, I recommend a pair of dumbbells that you consider are light and moderate. Now, just a heads up, when we train with metabolic conditioning type programs, you want to go a little lighter than you normally would on your traditional strength training lifting days. So for reference, I'm using a pair of 5s and a pair of 10s. Now, we also have a special guest today. One of our most popular trainers over on Over 50 Fitness, Tia, is joining me today. So let's go get warmed up. Hello, everybody. This is Tia. She's going to be helping us out for a majority of this entire 12 Days of Christmas series. Listen, if you wear a fitness watch, you want to press start now. For reference, I have an Apple Watch and I'm using the HIIT setting. All right, let's get ourselves situated so our feet are about shoulder width apart, hands light behind the ears, knees soft. Start with the hip hinge for me, or what we call good morning. Lift up. Now let's do a squat. Perfect. So hip hinge, neutral spine, thinking about hinging from that hip crease. And then when we squat, we keep the chest up, knees track with the toes. Ideally, your second toe, if you're like my buddy Tia and wearing no shoes or socks. This is hitting all the joints there in that lower body. So a metabolic conditioning workout does mean that your heart rate's going to get a little higher than a traditional strength workout. These are what we call compound exercises, so multi-joint movement patterns. We have 40 seconds of work, 3 rounds. Last one, let's do one more here. Great job. Now give me that hip hinge, hands underneath. Take that arm, reach up, look up. T-spine, other arm, reach up, look up. So we're going to add a little bit of a rotation, and we're feeling this movement into the shoulder, into your upper back area. Perfect. Arm can have a slight bend to it. Let's do 4 here. 3, 2. Now stay here for me, turn your thumbs out and up for reverse fly. Get the mid-back muscles going and warmed up. We've got a really fun back movement we're gonna do for our very first exercise. Good, now I want you to draw the belly button in towards the spine, almost like somebody's gonna come under here and sucker punch you and you're kind of bracing for that impact. That's gonna fire up that deep core muscle. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, take it forward and let's do a single leg kick here. Up, step it back, other side. Good. For some reason, I have activated Siri on my iPad and I have no idea what she's doing right now. You can leave a comment down below. I'd love to know, do you use Siri on your devices? I don't. She scares me. Do you use Siri? No, yeah. Last 4. One more each leg. Excellent. All right, let's take it into a little reverse lunge. We're going to go on a bit of a side here. Step it back, reach up. Great, other leg. Now we're stepping back with that feet hip width. You can do a micro bend of that knee if lunges really don't work for your knee joint, but I want you to try to see if you can get down in pain-free motion as deep as you can. Front knee's not going past that toe box. Beautiful. Picking up the tempo a little bit because we're almost done the warm-up. We're going to flow into that first movement in about 30 seconds. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's prime ourselves a little bit. Little hops here. Check out whether or not our sports bras are working for us. Now listen, if you don't like hopping, you can march, okay? But I do encourage a little bit of impact. It's good for the bones. 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm doing the modified version of the first move. My friend Tia's doing the intermediate advanced. So grab what you consider are those moderate dumbbells. Tia's going to set herself up into a plank position. You can be on your knees as well. I'm going to set myself up in standing. Now let's do a row and then a blast off. Or row and then squat if you don't like being on your wrists or down on the ground. Tia, when she does the blast off, her knees are hovering just a bit over the mat. When I'm doing my row standing, I've got that hip hinge. We have 40 seconds of work. Find a rhythm that allows you to feel the muscle and that you have full control of the movement. We've got a couple of seconds here, you guys. Let's get in one more. All right, grab a light dumbbell. You just need one. Dumbbell is in your left hand. We lunge back left, switch to right, lunge back right, switch to left. That's how we're rolling for this one. My beginners, just go no weight, okay? Deal? Awesome, let's go. Left side, up, up. Now step back with your feet hip width. That's really gonna help you with your balance on the lunge pattern. And we got some spicy core action here. How you doing there, kid? It's hard when it's not your workout, right? Tia's used to being with the one with the mic. Last 10 seconds, and then we need our moderate dumbbells in our hands and on the mat. 3, 2, 1, take it down. Grab the moderates. We're gonna get set up in a chest press. Elbows in front of the shoulders, legs up in tabletop, so knees over the hips. As we do a chest press, we're gonna bicycle crunch the legs, heel coming down to the ground. All right. Now, if you are finding that this just isn't a coordinated movement pattern for you, just leave the legs alone. Just say, screw it, PJ. My main goal on this movement actually is for you to hit your pecs, front shoulder, and triceps. Breathe out as we press those dumbbells away from the body. Back of the neck is long. No crunching in this workout, so all of you with osteo, you can join me. Breathe it. We want to keep that lower lumbar neutral, especially as we lower the leg. Time. All right. Grab some light dumbbells. I'm doing no dumbbell. Get back into that tabletop position. Let's add the legs. Now draw the belly button in. Keep that little low back lumbar curve. Now right arm, opposite leg, lower down. The other side. So your dumbbell, your thumb's gonna hit the ground. And then as we extend the leg, our heel's gonna come out there. And the entire time, we're not losing that neutral spine. This is called a dead bug. You can do it weighted, like my buddy Tia over there, makes it harder. Now, if you're feeling it in your quads, because that's where I'm feeling it, that's normal too, right? We're moving the legs. But we are getting all those deep core muscles fired up, which is gonna help us to be able to lift heavier too. All right, now grab one moderate. Let's place it on the hip. I know, so far this workout rocks, right? We're on the ground the entire time. Heels hip width and close to the hips form your bum. Now hold that dumbbell so it stays on the hips. Push it through the heels, lift the glutes up. Left leg, kick it out. Foot flex, release, lower the hips. Up, other leg, kick out, pause, lower down. So we've got this bridge, and then we do a leg extension, holding that iso bridge on one leg. Next move, just to give you a heads up, we will be standing, and we'll need this moderate weight that we have here on our hips. Hitting everything in the posterior chain here, gang. Your hammies, your glutes, low back muscles. All right, let's come to stand. My beginners, you can do no dumbbell if you'd like on this one. This one requires a bit of coordination, but I have faith in all of us. All right, we got one full squat. Let's do it together, okay? So feet wide, toes turned out. 3, 2, 1. Give me one full squat, down and up. Now go down and let the dumbbell rest. Jump up. Come down, grab the dumbbell. Now give me one full squat. Good. Let the dumbbell. Now, if you don't want to do the hop, what can you do instead? A heel lift. It's that easy. It's that easy to do workarounds. But just don't forget one full squat. And then, whoo. So I like this because we're not doing like 40 seconds of jump squats. So that would be a real asshole thing to do to you for Christmas. But we get some fast twitch muscle fibers and we get a little bit of power without me being a jerk. All right, we're gonna do it again from the top. Here we go, blast off renegade row. You're down on the ground with Tia. With me, hip hinge, 3, 2, 1. You ready, gang? Let's go, let's do a row. And then blast off or squat. Now, if you're new to me, and I said the A word, which really isn't that bad of a swear word, really, in terms of swear words, and it offended you, I'm really sorry, but there are the odd swear words when I work out. Tia was offended. Too bad, buddy. She's dropped a few in her life, she says. Let's grab light if you are beginner, heavier if you are intermediate advanced. Left hand for me. We lunge back left, switch to the right. Feet hip width, 3, 2, 1. Let's go up. I've definitely toned it down because it's not only that I don't want to offend people, but I'm also aware that many of you are now working out with your kids. Yeah. And I don't want to be the one that teaches Bobby the F word. Right? I'll let that be you. Now we have 3 rounds, right? I told you guys that at the beginning. So game face is on. Chest press bicycles in 3, 2, 1. Take it down. So for this chest press, let's go a little heavier, all right? Tia and I will go on that angle. Oh, we need a bigger set, don't we, Tia? Yeah. Let's do it. Elbows in front of those shoulders. Give me tabletop legs for me, please. All right, ready? Let's do the chest press. Extend a leg, bring the other knee in a bit. Now, what do we want to do with that spine again, crew? That's right, neutral. We're not pressing that low back into the mat. We also aren't allowing it to lift up. We got that belly button drawn in. We got that breath. We're straightening those arms. Dumbbells are touching above the chest. And we're smiling. We're having a good time. If you're doing this in real time, yeah, it's a hectic month. But you know what? It can also be a beautiful time. Make lots of memories. So let's focus on that. Time. All right. We got dead bug, okay? Tia's going to do it weighted because she's a strong dead bug. All right. Let's get back in that tabletop. Knees over hips, ankles with knees. Flex the feet. Draw the belly button in. Anchor that spine. 3, 2, 1. One arm, opposite leg. And up. Now, I got a cue for you guys, for some of you that need some life coaching here from an old woman. That would be me, not Tia. Don't get stressed over the holidays, all right? You got a choice. Go into it, loving it, joyous, thankful, or like a hot mess. Don't be the hot mess. Do what I do. I don't get a tree. I don't do any decorations. It's super stressless time. You same, yeah. Here we go, dumbbell on lips. I realize with those of you having Christmas dinner at your home, that might not jive with your family. All right, let's get into the bridges. Ready? Hips up high. Now let's go left leg kick out. Bring it down. But Christmas can be a triggering time. So just make sure you let everybody in your life know that you care for them, you love them, and that you're happy that they are in your life. So you never know if someone's struggling. And then if you don't have anywhere to go, come on over. LH and I, sometimes we have pizza on Christmas. It's great, but you're more than welcome. As long as you don't mind a 110-pound German Shepherd, come to stand, trying to kiss you. All right, we got squat and hop. All right, enough life lessons from me. Let's just get into what I know, squatting. 3, 2, 1, let's do the squat. Full squat. Okay, now we're gonna bring the dumbbell down. Jump it or heel lift, pick the dumbbell up. Let's do the full squat. Okay, here, squat or heel lift. Maybe try every third one, adding a bit of a hop. All right, again, that impact, so good for our bones, so good for our connective tissue. And if you are concerned about your bones, I recommend you be like Tia here and work out in your bare feet. What happened to your ponytail?
Comes out when I'm like,
She said she was very happy because she washed her hair for us today. And her hair was super cute and she wanted to keep it up to keep it cute. It's not going to be cute anymore. All right, final round. Blast off renegade row. Or join me, 2-arm row and squat. Cut it all off, Tia.
yeah, we can match.
We can match. 3, 2, 1, go. Actually, when I met Tia, her hair was it was, I swear to God, you used to cut it with a bowl. She had like a bowl cut. I'll try and find a photo and put it on the end of this video.
It's true. I look like Spock.
Spock? She looked like Spock. If you go back in the archive of my YouTube channel, you'll see a Tia there, probably about 6, 7 years ago. She was one of our trainers when I owned a boutique fitness studio called The Studio. Time. All right, lunge switch. Again, this can be no dumbbell if you're getting tired. If you're with me, we got it left hand, left leg lunges back, all right? We're gonna forget the timer. Let's go, 3, 2, 1, up. Switch it, right leg up, switch it. So it's like a momentum front raise. So yeah, Tia's been with me for a while. I'm lucky. I find good people and I hold on to them. Hold on to them with my dear life. You're good people. She's really good energy. If you ever get to meet her, super good energy to be around. Time. All right, we got chest press bicycles. We want to up the weight a bit. Yeah, this one I like too. All right, here we go. So legs in tabletop. Remember at home, that means knees over hips, ankles with knees. Elbows in front of shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Press, lower one leg. Breathe out, press up. Anchor that spine. Woohoo! Hello, abs. Time. All right, weighted dead bug or join me, no weights. So we go back to that tabletop position. If you have no weights, you're going to turn your thumbs so they're pointed to the wall behind you. Belly button drawn in. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lower. Opposite arm and leg. Back up. Lower. Let's take it a little slower so we really understand the principle that we are anchoring that low back, but we're not pushing it into our mat. If you're having a hard time with that, let's keep the knee bent and just tap the heel from there. All right, the more you lengthen that leg, the harder the move. Woo, and I feel my quads again. Hello, quads. It's okay, we'll work the opposing muscle groups in. Next move. Woo, all right. Weighted bridge with that leg extension. So 1 or maybe like 2 dumbbells resting on the hips. Now we want to feel the heels with your hands so your feet aren't too far away. Now let's bring it up. Left leg kicks, lower left, lower hips. So here's a good cue as well at home. If you do a bridge and you find that your hamstrings cramp and you're only feeling it in your hammies, it could be that your heels are too far away from you. The farther away the heel, the more hamstrings are recruited. So let's bring those feet in. And then from there, if you still feel hammies, I want you to actually place your hands on your butt. Don't worry, you're working out from home. Nobody will say anything. And I want you to make sure that you can feel the muscles contract under your hands. Sometimes you just have to retrain your body to fire up the right muscles. And I find palpitating the muscle really good. Time. Come to stand. Tactile way to do that. All right. Squat with hop. Last one. Then we're moving into that hip bulletproof session. So feet are shoulder width or maybe a bit wider. Toes are turned out. Dumbbell here. So let's do that full squat. Now we're going to lower the weight. Hop or heel lift. Pick the weight. Full squat. When we do that squat, if you had a logo on your shirt, we should be able to see your logo. Okay, so I want you to keep that chest lifted. Shoulders back and down. Woo! We grab water in less than 15 seconds. One more time. Woo! Well done, you. All right, at home, march it out. Grab a sip of water. We're moving into that hip strengthening series. All right, let's march it out. We got about a minute here. However, at any time in any of my workouts or any workout for that matter, you find your heart rate hasn't come down before, for instance, you start to do core work or stretch, just push pause. That is the beauty of working out via video. So push pause and get your breath. Now we are moving into a hip strengthening series. If you've ever had any knee issues, low back issues, or hip issues, some of these moves might be familiar to you from your physio. We have 2 rounds, 30 seconds of work, only a 10-second transition. So that's why we have 2 rounds, because the first one you might be learning it a bit. By the second one, we can nail it. So let's get down onto our right side here. Our bottom leg is going to bend a bit. But our top leg is straight, and then I want you to press your heel back. Sorry, Tia. Lie your head right down, and then tilt that top hip bone forward. So you're in what we call hip extension. Now lead with the heel, lift the leg up, lower down. So I don't care about the bottom leg at all right now. What we want is hip extension. I'm actually have my hand in front of me because I'm leaning that top hip forward that much that it's stopping me from rolling all the way with my hand here. So play around with it. And then final tip is you are leading with that heel, not the toe. You want to feel the outer hip muscle, or a muscle we call the gluteus medius. And she'll fatigue quite quickly too. Time. Now bend the knees into the center of the body. Let's keep the heels and feet stacked. Keep the inside of the feet touching. Lift up without rolling the hip back and lower for a clam. Now this little muscle is responsible for a lot in the body, stabilizing in the hips, helping with our core, in addition to helping our knees track. So it's important we keep this little guy strong. And it doesn't take much, right? You don't need any equipment. All right, let's get to the other side. So where's our setup? Bottom leg, bend it, doesn't matter. Top leg straight, press it back, hip forward, lead with the heel. All right, knees in. So these are our clams. Let's keep those feet stacked. Keep that top hip forward a bit, and now lift that top knee. Good job. Now we'll move into a more mobility-based movement for our final move of the hip series, 90-90. And then we'll go through everything one more time. At which point, just before we go through everything one more time, I have to fix the timer because I only have us set up doing once, and I want us to do it twice. All right, position yourself so that one shin is at the top of your mat, the other shin is lined up with the side of your mat. You can have hands behind to begin, and then you're just windshield wipering the knees to the other side. So Tia is a more intermediate advanced. I've got my hands behind to help. Great. Now, if you want to add a bit more, we can add a hip lift. Wah, a hip lift. Last one here, crew. All right, get yourself set up on that other side. I'm just going to quickly fix the timer. Oh, too funny. I have one job, do the timer. Here we go, we move in 10. What side are we on, Tia? There we go. Hip forward, lead with that heel. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lift and lower. Should be getting a little toasty there on that top hip. You might feel a little bit in the bottom one as well. By all means, it is bracing. Let's do a couple of reps. One more. Clams, knees in, feet stacked. Keep that top hip forward slightly, and let's go. Lift up. You're going to keep the feet together for me, please. Tia, what did you ask? What are you asking Santa Claus for Christmas? She just said, I don't even have a tree. He won't come. Is he even going to come? Time. True. Actually, it's lights. It's Christmas lights you're supposed to put up for Santa to find your house. Neither. Here we go. Lift up the heel. Tia says if she has to say anything, a pair of Lulus. Another pair of black pants. Yeah, you got another pair of black pants. All right, clams. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and lift. I know. You open my cupboard, it's just black workout pants. But they're all different somehow.
They all feel different.
Yes. Different days, different pant. Woo! We move into that 90-90 drill, and then we're done. Almost there, crew. Woo. All right, come on up. So front shin is what? Lined up with the front of your mat. Back calf is lined up with the side of your mat. Hands here if you need some assistance. Windshield wiper the knees, and then add that lift if you'd like. So mobility is, I feel, as we get older, probably just as important as our strength workouts. So please do not drop your mobility training. For those of you part of Over 50 Fitness, I add it twice a week to your workout calendar. Don't skip it, or Santa Claus will give you coal in your joints so you won't be able to move them. Done. All right, crew. Left leg extends, right leg up. We're going to do a spinal twist. So my osteo friends, you're just going to stay nice and tall on the spine. The rest of you will grab that knee, pull it in towards that left armpit, other hand behind the hip. Let's look over that right shoulder. Yeah, you guys, Santa's going to give you cement in your joints. We got to keep on moving them. And it doesn't have to be a lengthy session. Tia's got some great ones in our Move for 10 series, those of you in Over 50 Fitness. And that's that series where we recognize sometimes we just don't have the time to work out, but we can always find 10 minutes. So we got a variety of different types of workouts there just for you to push play and go. All right, let's take it the other side. Again, my osteo people, we don't want a deep twist on this, so you'll just pull that knee in towards the armpit to feel it into the glute. The rest of us will add that spinal twist, hand plunks behind that left hip, then draw up through the spine, look over that left shoulder, and breathe. Let's come back to center. Both feet in front of us. Press the backs of the knees into the mat. Hands can come behind. Press yourself forward for a hamstring stretch. Now, you could probably be real bendy like this girl and walk forward, or tight like me, because Santa gave me cement for my joints. Look at you show off. I know, that's because she does her work. She puts in a lot of work with mobility. 5 days a week now? Yeah. And this is where you put the work in. I only put a little bit of work in. Plus, I have 25 years on you. Crew, let's get into the hip flexors. Left knee on the mat. We want it the left hip past the knee. Now here's where we can make this hip flexor stretch okay to magical. I want you to push your bum back, right? And now pelvic tilt under. That's how we make a hip flexor stretch magical. We're upright in the spine. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, lean away. If you need to grab onto something, a piece of furniture, please do. I find that holding your balance does help you really sink into this kind of super yummy hip flexor stretch. Now, this is a stretch that gets me in trouble on an airplane every single time. I'll do this stretch, keep holding, and somebody is seated, because you don't have a lot of room, right? We're not in first class. So I'm in the aisle, and the person who's seated kind of looks over every time. And, are you okay? Yeah. Every time. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, just stretching my hip flexors. Because there's nowhere to stretch on an airplane. Hell, they don't even have anywhere to put your overhead bin, your luggage anymore. All right, let's do the other side. So remember, we're going to go from okay to yummy. So I want this right knee behind the hip. So there's hips forward. Okay, now push the bum back, like you're pushing your tush back for someone to slap it. Now tuck it under. Inhale, reach up, lean away. I also travel with a lacrosse ball. And Heathrow Airport, I was rolling out my back and oh yeah, it was awesome. My mid back, yep. Bring it back, big toes together. Let's open those knees up, push the hips rear, walk the hands forward. We want them about shoulder width apart. Walk them forehead to the mat if that's available to you. You can always place a pillow under the forehead too. And never hesitate when someone recommends props, be it yoga or stretch. It really does make the difference. And come on up. Awesome. Tia's just going to stay there. Hey, thank you so much for joining us on day 1. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye.